I've done my shopping, stuffed all my stockings, fill up my heart to the brim, topping my list of so much to do is sharing my wish.
There's a world of opportunity out there waiting to be explored. OTC offers degrees recognized by local employers, tuition you can afford, and is accredited by the North Central Association that accredits SMS, Drury, and other major colleges and universities. An OTC education means you'll be qualified for more than just a job. You'll be on a career path, ready for future advancement opportunities. With 28 programs, OTC has a field of study to satisfy just about every area of interest. Call OTC today to learn more.
There is a rhythm to life. We sleep at night and wake in the morning. It's this sleep cycle that helps keep us in a healthy balance. But for millions of Americans, sleep doesn't always come easy. Fortunately, there's Ambien. Ambien is a prescription sleep aid that can help you get a full night's sleep. With Ambien, you fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and generally wake without feeling groggy the next morning. No wonder Ambien is the #1 prescribed sleep aid in America. Until you know how Ambien will affect you, you shouldn't drive or operate machinery. Side effects may include drowsiness, dizziness, and diarrhea. You shouldn't take it with alcohol. Patients who abuse prescription sleep aids may become dependent. Prescription sleep aids are most often taken for 7 to 10 days as needed. Your doctor will advise you about taking them longer. Take Ambien only when you can devote a full night to sleep and wake up rested and ready to start your day. Talk to your doctor about Ambien. Ambien works like a dream.
#1 in the Ozarks. Ozarks Today continues with Steve Grant and meteorologist Brandon Beck.
The economy has caused a nationwide slump in home sales, but in the Ozarks, sales are up from last year. We'll have a look at why. Also ahead.
I'm Paul Laker. Coming up, a new news radio channel the state hopes will ease a traffic migraine about to come your way.
Hello, I'm Steve Grant, and thanks for joining us on this Ash Wednesday, February the 28th. Also ahead, another installment in our 66 Ways to Save Money, and later in sports, a postseason honor for an important part of the SMS Bears team. Right now, Brandon is here with our forecast. Not exactly wintry, but definitely cold.
Yeah, it's hard to believe tomorrow's March 1st. Wait, is tomorrow 1st? Yes. My taste mixed up. Yes, correct. But I tell you what, we had all that springtime weather early in the month, and now we're going into March, and it's going to be cold. Temperature-wise this morning, it is in the teens, and in some cases, well, mostly in the 20s. But we've got another batch of snow coming in from the west. This one is in western Oklahoma right now, almost Oklahoma City. But typically, this particular vantage point looks just a tad worse than what it is, and I really don't expect much to happen. A few flurries have been around this morning, mainly north of Springfield, but keep in mind that they may fly a little bit today. Nothing big, though. Don't get yourself all worried about it. We are going to have a little bit of a sprinkle or flurry possible through the day. Temperatures, though, are going to be cold. Upper 20s in the far north and mid to upper 30s in the far south. Here in Springfield, probably around 30. And the wind chills are going to be even worse than that. So we're talking about wind chills down to the teens and single digits. And tonight we have another chance for some freezing rain or snow. Southwest of Springfield mainly, but just won't go away.
I guess, what, north of here, they, what, 1 to 2 inches of frozen something or other?
Coal Camp reported about an inch of snow, so there are a few slick spots out on the roadways you need to be careful of.
All right, thank you, Brandon. And here's our Wednesday morning orange cone alert, courtesy of ODOT. Watch out for 1 lane of traffic on East Sunshine between Glenstone and Plaza Avenues in Springfield, 1 lane on I-44 through Lebanon, and on Route 5 for pothole patching in Lebanon. Slow-moving traffic on Route P north of Long Lane in Dallas County, and 1 lane of traffic on Route 5, that's south of Wasola in Ozark County. And let's see if we've still got the green light. Here is our KTTS Go Patrol Commander, Fred Donnell, with details about traffic. Fred?
Well, we still have a green light. About the only thing you might run across right now is fire and ambulance personnel en route to the 1700 block of South Kentwood on a medical emergency. Everything else seems to be just fine at this point in time. Watching Springfield area traffic, I'm Traffic Commander Fred Donnell on the KTTS Go Patrol for Ozarks Today.
A crowded and major intersection in southeast Springfield will get worse before it gets better. Starting Monday, Phase 1 of the Sunshine 65 Interchange project will begin. The first phase will replace the Highway 65 bridge that crosses over Sunshine. All 4 lanes of 65 will stay open during the day, but will go to 2 lanes after 9 at night. And then in a few months, Sunshine will go down to 2 lanes. The final result of the $18 million project will be what they call a single-point urban exchange, widening Sunshine and all of the exit ramps.
Those ramps will be wider, and so there's more people that can go through that light each time it turns green because there's 2 lanes going through it instead of just 1 lane like there is today.
Relief from the oncoming road delays along Sunshine and 65 might come via the airwaves. MoDOT plans to use a low-power radio station to ease traffic problems. Ky3's Paul Aker joins us now live to explain. How is this going to work, Paul?
Well, Steve, as you've mentioned, this is a major intersection. As we all know, it gets backed up at certain points in the day. And MoDOT knows that things are going to get a lot worse before they get any better. So what they've done to try and alert drivers to the potential problems and the traffic delays of the day is create a radio station. You could kind of consider it an all-road construction news channel to alert drivers inbound to the construction area of the potential problems. MoDOT will take over the airwaves on AM 1610 later today. In fact, sign-on is at 9:30 this morning, to be precise. Highway planners will use the radio to update drivers on construction progress and traffic conditions. Traffic officials also plan to use the station to alert drivers when they expect major delays. They can call right from the MoDOT office. MoDOT people say drivers can tune in the radio from Evans Road to Valley Water Mill Road.
We feel like if people know what's going on, they have an idea of what's happening ahead of them, information will hopefully calm the savage beast.
And there are some savage beasts out here. We get people honking and blaring their horns every day we come out here. It only gets better as we get closer to the rush hour. Now, as we mentioned, construction on this starts on Monday and will last at least 2 years with good weather. If things don't go as planned, it could stretch into 3 years. So let's pray for the best.
And I understand, Paul, that you're going to give a little help with the construction updates to hold in the road rage.
Right. Right. We'll be out here updating everybody, as will Ky3 throughout the progress of this. Ky3 will be updating people for the entire duration of the project to help people understand what's going on and kind of allay some of the concern that might be developing as the construction really takes place and has those inevitable tie-ups.
All right. Hopefully that'll make it a lot easier. Thanks, Paul.
Yeah.
Nothing criminal about this winter's soaring natural gas prices. That's the bottom line of a report by Missouri Attorney General Jay Nixon, but he says state laws do not provide consumers with any protection from dramatic spikes in prices. Nixon is encouraging the legislature to force gas companies to assume a greater share of the burden in the future. Just 39 days into office, and President George W. Bush returned to Capitol Hill to talk to Congress and the nation. Bush laid out what he plans to do on issues like the budget, education, and tax reform. He says he will incorporate his belief of limited government interference into his presidency. Democrats say the Bush tax cut numbers do not add up. Americans' worries about the nation's economy are reflected in home sales. Nationwide, new home sales plummeted in the past month. From December to January, new home sales fell almost 11%. That's the biggest drop in 7 years. In the Springfield area, it's a different picture. Home sales for January were almost 4% higher than a year ago. According to the local multi-list service, 272 houses were sold last month, compared to 264 in January of 2000. Ky3's Dennis Graves reports local buyers are worried about the economy, but are buying anyway.
In my line of business,
Nolan and Marilla Kowachowicz hope to close on their new home on Wednesday, despite their concerns about the nation's economy.
Well, from the market, looks like it's steadily dropping. It's got to pick up sometime.
I'm just very excited.
The Kowachowiczes are also ready to sign, even though they know interest rates will probably be going down further in the coming weeks and months.
Well, if that occurs, then we'll just refinance in 6 months to a year.
67 new construction closed in January for the Springfield
Realtor Rick McGee says business has been good, but that anticipation over interest rates has made life interesting.
It's a challenge because for a lot of people, if they're right on the line of pushing their envelope anyway, and the rates don't come down that 0.5% they're hoping for, that may bump them from $100,000 down to an $80,000 house, or more importantly, with what we deal with a lot, the move-up buyers may not move, they'll stay in their house. Because if the economy is unstable, they certainly don't want to be bumping up $50,000 in mortgage. The economy in Springfield has been stable enough that I don't think people are scared to take that jump right now. And obviously, numbers-wise, being up 3.8%, they are taking the jump.
And if builders are worried about an economic downturn, they're not showing it. Dennis Graves, Ky3 News.
Economists expect that Springfield's stable service-based economy will weather whatever downturn might be ahead. Coming up, another money-saving tip in our 66 Ways to Save Money, and Alan Greenspan will hopefully give hopeful news today. It's 8.5 minutes past the hour. This is Ozarks Today.
Folks, here's your paycheck.
And sadly, here's what's left if you buy from those high-priced furniture showrooms.
You can keep your paycheck by wisely choosing
Outdoor World, the granddaddy of all outdoor stores.
And here's a look at area lake levels. Stay tuned for your Ky3 Storm Team forecast.
It's me again, Jerry Ferguson at Central Dodge, still at 1025 West Sunshine. We've been Springfield's volume Dodge dealer for over 50 years, and we still have the best selection and the best deals in town. Before you drive to all those other lots, come see Central Dodge, where you can still find great values, like this 95 Jeep Wrangler, four-wheel drive fun for just $89.95, or a 2001 Program Neon, just $99.95. Let us help you get the car you want today here at Central Dodge, 1025 West Sunshine, where it's still fun to buy a car.
Handcrafted Hardwoods, the Ozarks' best oak furniture store, has this area's largest selection of solid oak dining rooms at the lowest prices.
Right now, there's no interest for 1 full year. Dining rooms, beautiful bedrooms, desks and computer workstations, entertainment centers, and luxurious leather, all with no interest for 1 full year. And there's always free area-wide delivery at both locally owned Handcrafted Hardwood stores, West Bypass and South National.
Okay, according to this guy, we have a natural air conditioner moving in as we speak.
You bet. Hey, beautiful day today, right? High temperature 84, lovely conditions over the Ozarks. I know, and it's going to remain about the same for the next few days. Tomorrow, a little warm, weekend, looking really good. We're going to start you off with your satellite picture tonight. We had a few high clouds roll across the area today, but otherwise just a gorgeous day with plenty of sunshine. And we do have some storms taking shape up in Nebraska and western parts of Kansas. That's where the front is, and most of the active weather is going to be tonight. Now tomorrow morning, some of that cloud cover is going to begin to roll into the Ozarks ahead of the front. Of course, as the front gets closer and we get a little more lift, the sky of course is going to get cloudier. But for tonight, we've got a nice clear sky out there, at least for the time being. Let's move on down to the surface and we'll check out what's been going on today. And of course, high pressure has been in control over the state of Indiana and Ohio and Michigan. And of course, it's pumped in a northeast to east wind over the Ozarks, which is a cool wind this morning. There were many communities that started off with overnight lows in the mid to upper 50s. That's that air conditioner we're talking about. However, out to the plains, we are watching this storm system take shape. Right now, a warm front cuts from eastern Kansas down into western parts of Arkansas. And it's not a cold front, at least not yet, but it is an area of low pressure from middle parts of Nebraska down into New Mexico. The coldest of the cold air, of course, is well onto the northwest. Here are some current temperatures. Currently in the mid-60s from Rapid City, South Dakota to Broken Bow, Nebraska to about Cheyenne, Wyoming. Denver right now at 63. Ahead of that trough, it's still pretty warm. 79 degrees at Dodge City, Oklahoma City at 77, and Dallas, Texas right now currently at 86. Let's move in closer to home. We do have a clear sky. The temperature stands at 69, humidity at 66%. Winds are from the east at 8 miles an hour. The pressure currently steady and no moisture in the Ozarks today. The official high temperature at 84 after a morning start of 60. And you'll notice that our average high temperatures are now starting to come down. The morning low should be about 65. The afternoon high temperature 89. And of course, it can always be worse. The record high for today, 101 degrees, set back in 1936. Let's look at our radar picture tonight. Nothing going on over the Ozarks, and again, I do expect a dry evening, but out to the northwest, it is different along that frontal boundary. We have numerous showers and thunderstorms popping up. Some of the activity has been severe through the evening, and right now it looks like the strong thunderstorms are taking aim on Garden City and eventually Dodge City. Those should stay to our west tonight, but as that front gets closer, of course, they will reform tomorrow, and I expect that to happen sometime after or right about dark. So here's what's happening late Wednesday. Area of low pressure around Columbia, Missouri. Cold front stretches down into Oklahoma. And of course, you're going to find the showers and thunderstorms out ahead of that particular system. Now, back to the northwest, we are watching some cooler air up in Canada. In fact, the jet stream's gotten quite active over the northwest territories and Alaska, and it's going to continue to pump down some rather mild air. So it looks like the rest of the week and next weekend and maybe even early next week are going to remain below normal. Well, here's our forecast for tonight. Should be a beautiful evening. Overnight temperatures in the low to mid 60s with winds from the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for Wednesday, we'll see that cloud cover gradually increase. Overcast by late in the day. High temperature 85 in Springfield, 88 in northern Arkansas. Here's your planning forecast for the next 7 days. Rain a pretty good bet Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon should feature some sunshine, and that sets the stage for a nice weekend. Highs in the 80s, lows in the 50s and 60s.
You about done yourself, Ron.
Well, you know, we've been working hard all summer long in the heat. People needed a break.
You heard it here first. We're going to have the most spectacular fall foliage show in several years.
All right.
Because of the moisture. That's my prediction.
Got it.
You need not pack the family in the minivan and travel 2 days to see the Smithsonian's best offerings.
2 clicks now and you'll have access to thousands of artifacts, even some you can't see in Washington. We'll have more next.
Another rollback saves the day by saving you even more. Walmart, always low prices, always.
Right now at Lipscomb Mitsubishi, buy any new 2001 Mitsubishi during our No Excuses Summer Clearance event and put off your first payment until September of next year. You heard right. Put no money down, pay no accrued interest for 360 days, and make no payments for 390 days. Better hurry because we're blowing out remaining 01s today.
Believe it!
Get a hurry of a deal when you see Lipscomb Mitsubishi.
It's the level of quality and the personal care that keeps them coming back. Shop where the pros have shopped for over 75 years.
Tonight, Jay's all new with Jesse Ventura, comedian Wayne Brady, and Katie Lang. Plus, Angela's triumphant arrival. Then on Conan, Fabio and Seth Green, all new tonight.
Ky3 Skycom is a state-of-the-art mobile satellite unit that can beam news from anywhere it happens right into your home. When it affects the Ozarks, only Ky3 News is everywhere with Skycom. It's just one more reason Ky3 is the place to be.
The shuttle Discovery has dropped off its most important cargo, a new crew for the International Space Station. 1 American and 2 Russian astronauts are trading places with the 3 others who've been in space now for 5 months.
For those who never make it to the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, the famed museum is bringing some of its favorite exhibits to you. The Smithsonian has opened a new website that features millions of artifacts, some you cannot even see in Washington because curators do not have the room. These aren't just bullets and letters. You'll find everything from the hat Abe Lincoln wore the night he was killed to the scarecrow outfit from The Wizard of Oz. Even Kermit the Frog's there. Check it out at historywired.si.edu, and as always, we'll get you there if you just want to go to ky3.com.
Uh-oh, I can see online for hours now.
Yeah, just like you would be if you were there.
Cardinals are continuing their August surge. The question is, can they challenge in the Central now?
And her first pro season is officially over. Jackie plays the season finale, and Ned Reynolds has the story next in sports.
Join the millions using Dexatrim Natural to lose weight. It's the dietary supplement that helps you eat less, while its dual-action metabolizer burns fat and gives you added energy. Dexatrim Natural. It's the natural way to lose weight.
You've never felt relief that lasts like this before.
It's amazing.
The revolutionary new Icy Hot Patch. Concentrated pain relief that's icy first to dull the pain, then hot to relax it away for hours of relief.
It's fantastic how long it works.
These days, everything's being called fresh. Fresh brewed coffee. How do you know when it was brewed? Fresh air! Hey, look, fresh picked corn. You picked this? How about you, Farmer Brown? You want fresh made? Try the new Subway Selects. Right, Kathy?
Right, Jim. Subway has 4 new Subway Selects made fresh right in front of you. Like the delicious Southwest chicken. Seasoned chicken with a tangy Southwest sauce, all on fresh baked gourmet bread.
See, fresh made does taste better.
Subway, eat fresh.
And now, here's a look at stocks of local interest, brought to you by your local Edward Jones investment representative.
What does trust mean to you? From the friend that's always there to a smile that lasts forever, trust is something special. At Trust Company of the Ozarks, we believe in the quality of our relationships. From the assurance of a living trust to the confidence of complete investment management, our experienced local staff is disciplined, exceptional, and proven. What does trust mean to us? It means you can sleep a little easier. Trust Company of the Ozarks, where your trust matters.
When thinking of summer, you think of taking it easy. We don't. You think of good times, we think of timely news coverage. If you think about getting out of town, so do we, with live remotes wherever the story takes us. You looking for some sun? The Ky3 Storm Team forecast will make it easy for you. So this summer, give yourself a break, and we'll give you breaking news. Because news doesn't stop in the summer, neither do we. For the Ozarks' #1 news, Ky3 is the place to be.
Well, the weather might be cooling off, but the Cardinals are sure hot, aren't they?
Blistering, Lisa. My goodness, 6 consecutive wins. Good evening, everyone. The Cardinals continued with their sudden surge, which began last week, and it continued at home with the Redbirds facing the Cincinnati Reds tonight at Busch Stadium, game 2 of their 4-game series. Game, no score. 5th inning, who gets the big hit? You guessed it, Edgar Renteria said the 5th. The 4th inning, bases loaded at the time, 2 runs coming in, and the Cardinals take a 2-0 lead. He had the key hit last night as well. And then the normally light hitting, not exactly your quintessential home run threat, Mike Matheny with a drive home run. Cardinals up 5-0. That was a 3-run dinger. That's all the Redbirds would need. Matt Morris, spectacular on the mound. He goes all the way, strikes out 8, limits the Reds to 4 hits. Cardinals win. Now the Royals are visiting in Baltimore, where Cal Ripken continues in his final days as a pro. Now batting here against Chad Durbin. Kansas City led by a score of 2-0. Swing, long drive, deep left field. There it goes. Cal Ripken Jr., his first home run this year at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. The fans loved it, his 10th overall. And the Orioles go on to win because that guy, Calvin Maduro, absolutely throttled the Kansas City Royals tonight. And here is a strikeout. And on the scoreboard, here's what's happened. We'll see that the Cardinals win 7-1. Matt Morris getting the win. Redbirds at 63-55. Chicago Cubs win. They are back in first place in the National League Central Division. Cardinals are 4 games out. Cubs at 3-1. Philadelphia big over Milwaukee 10-4. Atlanta's leading Colorado 4-2. Arizona has the lead over Pittsburgh. San Diego leading New York. Los Angeles has the advantage over Montreal, and it's 3-1 San Francisco leading the Marlins. 5-2 is the final. The Baltimore Orioles beat the Kansas City Royals tonight. Elsewhere, American League, in 11, Seattle 6, Boston 3. In 11, Cleveland 8, the Minnesota Twins 7. Anaheim gets the win. New York Yankees hold off the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. It's a 6-3 win for Toronto, finally cooling off the Oakland A's, ending their 11-game winning streak. A 7-4 win for the White Sox over the Texas Rangers. Busy night in baseball. Her first season as a pro is history. Jackie Stiles and the Portland Fire taking on the Los Angeles Sparks at the Rose Garden in Portland. First points of the game, Jackie unloads, gets them. Only field goal tonight. A 3-point shot for Jackie. She was battered and bruised as she often is, and Jackie Stiles ending up with 6 points this evening, and the Los Angeles Sparks winning 67-58 because Mawadi Makiba of the Sparks, which is a very fine team, scored 21 points. The final is Los Angeles 67 and Portland 58. Portland finishes the season, folks, with 10 consecutive losses. Jackie will be heading back to the Ozarks very shortly. A sad note in the sports world tonight, one of the all-time greats, and in the eyes of many, the all-time greatest bowler, Earl Anthony, has passed from the scene at the age of 63. 41 national titles, 41 pro national titles. That's an all-time record, and the first of the pro bowlers ever to break the $1 million mark in career earnings. 6-time Pro Bowler of the Year, Earl Anthony, passing from the scene at the age of 63. Here in the Ozarks, the Springfield Ozark Mountain Ducks playing the Edinburgh Roadrunners tonight. This is Jason Thompson of the Mountain Ducks with a drive. It goes, well, it's all the way to the wall. Here come a couple runs in, but that's not going to be enough, and on the scoreboard, here's what happened. It's Edinburgh 6, the Mountain Ducks 2. The Mountain Ducks record is now 12-17 on the year. Elsewhere tonight, the Dallas Cowboys have released Tony Banks. He's the guy they picked up to be the starting quarterback this year. Obviously not going to be the case because the Cowboys let him go today. That sets the stage for Quincy Carter, the rookie out of the University of Georgia, to take over as Cowboys starting signal caller. Cowboys officials and coach say, hey, everything's just fine. We're certainly satisfied with Quincy Carter. Cowboys letting go of Tony Banks, a one-time member of the St. Louis Rams, and he is now unemployed, but look for some team to pick him up as a backup. Later on this week, the Rams and the Chiefs will both be playing in exhibition games. The Bears continue with their two-a-day drills, getting set for their opener, which is coming up on September 1st versus the Kansas Jayhawks, and that's Sports Day.
Sounds good. Thanks, Ned. Burt Parks' move over. Regis Philbin and Jeff Probst will get to say who will be Miss America this year.
Yeah, next we'll tell you about big changes coming to the Atlantic City Catwalk next month.
There's a commitment in our community to things like education and the environment. A commitment to children and to service that goes beyond the Golden Arches. Local owners of McDonald's restaurants and our employees donate our time, money, and talent to make a difference in the communities we serve. Ordinary people committed to making our communities better places to live. It's what's important. McDonald's will continue to provide service beyond the arches because we love to see you smile.
Hey, you're not the pizza guy.
Eat a salad, kid. We're on a mission. At ease, folks, we're responding to a distress call from your bedroom. That's nice carpeting. Excuse me. Whoa! Walnut, cherry, oak. You guys got more woods in here than my golf bag. People, you deserve better. Bedroom expressions. Good stuff, good prices. It's nice, huh? See the dresser's oak, the bed's oak. You picking up a theme here?
And now, here's a look at tonight's winning lottery numbers.
Imagine what it feels like to be a hero every day. You can make a difference in the Coast Guard. Jobs that matter. Imagine what it feels like.
Join the Coast Guard or the Coast Guard Reserve. Stop drugs. Save lives. Protect the environment. Call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG.
Coast Guard, jobs that matter.
The Victory Missions Back to School 2001 Distribution Day is here. Come to Deliverance Temple Tuesday, August 14th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Enjoy a clown, puppet shows, snacks, plus appearances by the Shoney's Bear and Ronald McDonald. There will also be free round-trip bus shuttles from Victory Mission every half hour. So if you registered for Back to School 2001, come pick up your free school supplies. Call this number for more information, and remember, Ky3 is the place to be because we care.
Trying to be hip with its back-to-school ad campaign, JCPenney is now pulling the plug on one ad. The commercial shows a mom helping her daughter dress more provocatively in hip-hugging jeans. The company had received complaints from parents. Last week, Penny also removed a T-shirt from its shelves, which depicted a rundown mobile home and the words homeschooled, S-K-O-O-L-E-D. Parents of homeschooled children complained that the shirt ridiculed their families.
Finally tonight, the Miss America pageant wants to know who wants to be the queen. The scholarship organization will borrow elements of reality television for its pageant in Atlantic City next month. The top 5 finalists will be quizzed on current events and history, but the results won't affect their final scores. Taking a cue from Survivor, the contestants who do not make the top 10 will cast votes for whom they believe deserve the title. Those votes will count towards the final scores. So what's behind all these changes? The results of a marketing study and sagging TV ratings. The changes still need final approval, so stay tuned. And I know that our Miss Springfield is Miss Missouri, right. Jennifer Hover. She's been working hard up there in Mexico, Missouri.
Boy, I wonder if that wouldn't make the contestants, interact differently with each other, trying to
be nicer,
score
maybe
points or something with each other.
Could help. Anyway, look for Jennifer there in the Miss America pageant.
Jay Leno's coming your way, Jesse Ventura tonight, and Katie Lang. Have a good evening.